The hood's up because it's like minus 1,000,000 degrees where I am today. And no, that's not an exaggeration. Maybe a little bit. But let's talk UFC 232. John Jones versus Alexander Gustafsson and Chris Cyborg versus Amanda Nunes. Those were the two big fights on the card. But I got to tell you, the whole card was really exciting to me. I thought that Michael Chiesa and Carlos Condit's fight was spectacular. If you're a fan of grappling, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, that fight was amazing. There were so many transitions, so many escapes, so many submissions attempts, and then finally Michael Chiesa was able to secure that one-arm Kimura. How impressive was that? That dude's got some skill, but that fight was so good. Poor Carlos Condit seems to be he's lost his last 4 or 5 fights in a row. So he's definitely on a skid, and that guy, his nickname's a natural born killer. He was that for years, but unfortunately, as fighters get older, they can't hang with the newer generation talent, which is so unfortunate because he's so exciting to watch, and you can tell that he still wants to do it. Same with BJ Penn, man. I don't remember another time BJ ever getting submitted, and he got submitted pretty quickly with that leg lock, that heel hook, very early into the first round. I mean, Ryan Hall is no slouch. That dude is a master of that maneuver, but man, I love BJ Penn, one of my favorite all-time fighters. Matt Hughes is my favorite all-time fighter, and BJ Penn might be number 2. It's like him or Shogun. But it is so I don't want to say sad, but it's so I wish he could still compete at the level he wanted to compete at. They set him up against Ryan Hall because it wasn't going to be a striking match, it was going to be a grappling match, and unfortunately BJ just got caught. I'd love to see him at least go out with a win, but Dana White said in the post-fight press conference that he'd like to see Dana retire, and you can't really argue against that at this point in time. He's lost a bunch of fights in a row as well, and you got to think about his family. They gotta be nervous every time he steps in there. But man, I love BJ Penn. I can't lie, I love hearing when he's going to fight, because there's always that chance you're going to see something spectacular from the prodigy once again. Now, also Chad Mendes. How amazing was that fight? I don't remember the name of the guy that he fought, unfortunately, but that fight was crazy as well. Same thing happened when Chad Mendes fought Conor McGregor. He got the takedown, couldn't secure a submission or ground and pound. It seemed like he got a bit tired there, and then once the fight got back up, he was a little gassed, and Conor finished him. Same thing with his opponent in that fight. Pretty much the same thing happened. But let's get to the co-main event. This was the fight I was looking... Well, okay, no, one other fight I want to talk about. Sorry. Kat Zingano and Megan Anderson. That was the fight I was probably actually looking forward to the most. I am a huge fan of Kat Zingano. And what a weird way for a fight to end. It reminded me of when, I believe it was Vitor Belfort, cut the eyelid of Randy Couture, and that fight was stopped, and Vitor won the title that way, I believe. But really, what's the difference between a toe poke and a finger poke? That's what Kat Zingano posted on her Instagram afterwards, and I got to agree with her. You're getting poked in the eye, you're getting poked in the eye. Shouldn't matter if it was with a toe or a finger. I'm glad she's going to be okay. Hopefully, she said she's going to be fine. I mean, there's been a couple of guys that have lost their eye in similar situations, so hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully she's completely fine, and we get to see a rematch of that fight. Kat Zingano going up in weight for that fight. Hopefully we get to see the rematch. But the co-main event, it was the main event. 51 seconds, Amanda Nunes knocks out Cyborg. Are you kidding me? So happy for Amanda Nunes. If she is the greatest female mixed martial artist of all time. She knocked out Ronda Rousey in under a minute. She knocked out, or TKO'd her, she knocked out Cyborg in under a minute. She destroyed Miesha Tate in the first round, choked her out. Who Who else has ever done that? 3 of the greatest of all time, and 2 undoubtedly of the greatest of all time. She finished in under a minute. Amanda Nunes is the greatest female mixed martial artist and one of the greatest mixed martial artists of all time. How that woman has 4 losses on her record is beyond me. It was kind of like the same thing that happened with Robbie Lawler. He was an okay fighter for a really long time, moved to American Top Team, became a killer, became a destroyer, and won the welterweight title. Amanda Nunes, I don't know exactly when she moved to American Top Team, but she has 4 losses on her record. I believe her last one, or one of her last ones, was a TKO stoppage against Kat Zingano. But she moved to American Top Team, and she looks unbeatable every time she steps into that octagon. Her 2 greatest performances have been what many consider to be the 2 greatest fighters of all time. Ronda Rousey in 48 seconds and Cyborg in 51 seconds. Amanda Nunes is the greatest female mixed martial artist ever. One of the best ever. One of the best martial artists ever. So happy for her. How happy was she when she got those belts put around her waist and ran around the cage? Man, I can't say I've been more happier for a fighter ever. So awesome to see, like, the absolute pure joy, and her asking Dana then to be put into the Hall of Fame. It just goes to show how much she actually loves what she does, and you gotta respect that, gotta love that. And the main event went pretty much the way most people thought it was going to go. I thought it was going to be a little faster pace, honestly, but Jon Jones did exactly what he should have did. He started out really slow, worked over the legs of Alexander Gustafsson, came out at the start of the 3rd round. Gustafsson was having a hard time with his movement. Jones took him down and finished him with strikes on the ground. Jon Jones, that was his first fight in like a year and a half, so he's shaking off a little bit of that ring rust possibly, but Jones looked impressive, didn't take a whole ton of damage in that fight. I guess he'll probably fight again soon, maybe this spring, but I don't know who his opponent will be. Everyone wants to see him face DC. If he faces DC, I want him to face DC at heavyweight. I mean, they've had 2 fights at light heavyweight, and I don't think that will go any differently. To give this fight a little bit of a change, I think it should happen at heavyweight, and Jon Jones can try and take DC's legacy up there, but I think DC wins that fight at heavyweight. I gotta be honest. I think DC at heavyweight, even Jon Jones said that's DC's home. He looks great there. Probably why he doesn't want to fight him there. I think DC wins that fight. But man, what a great night of fights. The whole card was super, super impressive, and so pumped for Amanda Nunes. Man, well guys, I want to thank you for taking the time out to watch this video. I got to get out of the car in this minus million degree temperature. Look at that. I don't know if that shows up on camera. That's my breath. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys again soon.